Today we're going to be taking a closer look at Ghost of Tsushima. We will be comparing graphics and performance between a PlayStation 5 and my $500 gaming PC. The specs are on the screen, just pause the video for a better look and stay tuned because a lot of you guys say you cannot build a $500 PC that comes close to a next-gen console. I am going to break down some frames to show you the real differences between a $500 PC and a next-gen console, but I am going to start this video with a little footage from both the PC and the PlayStation 5.
I am Khotan, cousin of Kublai, grandson of Genghis. Brother, you are a warrior. I can see that. You trained your whole life for this, and you have won battles that lesser men have called unwinnable, yes? But while you were sharpening your sword, do you know how I prepared for today? I learned. I know your language, your traditions, your beliefs, which villages to tame and which to burn. So I'll ask you once again, Samurai. Do you surrender?
Now it's time to analyze some frames and see which device does better with Ghost of Tsushima. And I hope I pronounced that right. But anyway, let's take a closer look at this scene. The PlayStation 5 is set to 4K higher resolution and the PC is set to 4K FSR performance on high settings. And to be honest, as far as graphics, both devices do very well. The graphics are very similar, but what's not similar is the contrast during the opening scene. As you can see, the PlayStation 5 has much more contrast. But luckily, this is just limited to the opening scene. The PC eventually does catch up, but there's times throughout the game where you can tell that the PlayStation 5 just has this better level of contrast, but the PC a lot of times is sharper and has more detail. So, you know, the battle for better graphics kind of goes from one side to another. All right, so let's go through a couple of frames. And, you know, you can see the contrast, but the graphics look very similar. Just the, you know, colors are looking a lot, you know, vibrant on the PlayStation. And this is all the opening scene as well. Now, these frames are no longer the opening scene, but the PlayStation 5, the colors still look more vibrant, but the graphics look similar. And right here, you kind of can't really tell too much of a difference. If anything, the PC now is a little darker. And it's the same for this frame as well. And we can compare graphics all day, but I'm telling you guys, these two devices, as far as the graphics go, they're very similar. When I have to target 4K 60 to match the PlayStation 5, I just end up with similar graphics. But during cutscenes, the PlayStation 5 does have an advantage because the PlayStation 5 targets 30 FPS while the PC is targeting 60 FPS during cutscenes. And speaking of FPS, this leads me to the next part of this video, performance. And as you can see, the PlayStation 5 pretty much runs at a 60 without too many dips at all. And this isn't the high frame rate mode, this is the high resolution mode, but as you can see, the PlayStation 5 still stays locked at 60. But on the PC side, you can see that the frame rates are dipping down into the 40s. And this is because on PC, you have to optimize a game yourself. So I pretty much failed at trying to hit my target 4K 60, which made me have to go back and try it again, which pretty much leads us to this cutscene where you can see the PlayStation 5 is now targeting 30 FPS, and I'm getting closer to my 60 FPS target. And as you can see during the gameplay, the PC now seems to match the PlayStation 5 a lot more, but still more dips. But I did not want to keep bringing the graphics down on the PC, because to get it to this point, I did very good at matching the graphics, and I did not want to jeopardize that. So with that said, the 4K 60 from the PlayStation 5 is very solid, and me trying to basically replicate that on the $500 gaming PC is very much a hassle, but it's very doable at the same time. But on the $500 gaming PC, you have the option to target 120 FPS, which I did. But I will admit I had to turn the graphics down. I also had to turn on frame gen, and now the graphics don't look nowhere as good as 4K 60, but at the same time, the graphics aren't that bad when you consider that you're running at 120 FPS, and you just don't have this option on the PlayStation 5 at all. This leads me into my conclusion. The PlayStation 5 versus a $500 gaming PC, or in particular, my gaming PC, I want to say this was more so a dogfight. When you look at the PlayStation 5, what it's able to do at 4K 60 is very solid, and it holds up to gaming PCs regardless of the price of a gaming PC at the end of the day. But at the same time, I was running 4K 60 at performance FSR. So when you're running native 4K on your PC, everything's gonna look a lot sharper. My $500 gaming PC does not fall short of the PlayStation 5. The graphics pretty much match up to the T, and if I wanted to, I can make the graphics look better on my PC, but I would have to sacrifice performance, and I wasn't about to do that. And also on the PC, you have the option to shoot for higher frame rates, which is another W. So the PlayStation 5 is much more convenient and holds a real solid level of performance. And on the PC, you can shoot for higher graphics, or you can shoot for more performance. So you have more options. And as you can see, a $500 gaming PC can compete with a next-gen console. But anyway, if you made it this far in the video, I really do appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe.